Be like, whoa, girl, you looking like an ant mound. Today's video, I'm going to be testing this smudge proof mask makeup. So, you know, with us having to wear masks basically everywhere, that's becoming the new norm. It really ain't stopping nothing over here. So I have still been wearing makeup, but I still get it on my mask a lot of the times. And really, I just felt like that came with the territory of wearing a mask. I wasn't really too bothered about seeing my makeup on it. I just got used to it after a while. But people have been coming up with their own little methods to getting a smudge proof mask, and I'm going to be testing it. I've seen quite a few videos, and so this video is going to be compiled of the different products that I've seen people use in order to get that smudge free. If you are interested, then keep on watching. Getting started is with the primer. So I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. primer and my Fenty Beauty soft matte primer, and I'm taking all mattifying primers today. I don't typically do that. I typically do mattifying and where I get oily, and then just like a regular hydrating primer everywhere else. And I feel like one of the key things to getting your makeup to be smudge free has been using mattifying products. So we're going to be getting real matte in this video, okay? So I am going to now go in with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is in the shade medium deep. I don't know, I feel like the key to this is definitely going to be to get your base as matte as possible, because I think when it's hydrating, even though like it allows your makeup to stick, it also transfers very easily that way. So I'm just going to take a bit of this and set my face, especially this area, because I feel like, and just based off the videos I've seen, okay, all right, I'm powdered up to my liking, so that's good to go. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. I picked out two of my mattifying foundations. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 15 Warm, and it's really red on me. And so I'm thinking about going in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation in the shade Kano, because this one is not, this one is kind of, it's not too dark, but I feel like this would kind of balance, this would balance this out. Because when I put this on, even though this foundation oxidizes to a very nice coverage and it like eventually looks good on my skin, it's just when I first put it on, it could be a little bit intimidating on a camera. You can be like, whoa girl, you looking like an ant mound. From here to here, you can wild out, but from here to here, you want to be as light as possible in your coverage. I'll try my hardest not to look so orange. Clearly me mixing in those foundations did nothing, because I'm still looking orange on camera, but I can wild out with this because it's not going to be impacted by the mask. We're going to be going in with my all-time favorites. I use this in every video because I love the coverage of both of these concealers. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic and the Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Chestnut. I have finished blending out my concealer and setting under my eye and my forehead and my nose and on my chin. Even though I didn't put any concealer, the reason why is because it's going to be covered by the mask and I want to reduce any transfer. So I went in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Honey, And now we're gonna move on to contouring and bronzing. I have been getting back into cream contouring, just because I like the way that cream contour looks. I like the way it blends out, and I like how it looks when I add my bronzer on top of it. But for the sake of today's video, I thought it was best, I thought it was smart to probably go back to powder. I don't recall in any of the other videos that I've watched, they probably were using powder, I just can't remember. But maybe some people didn't even contour, but I feel like I should be fine if I just use a powder. So I'm gonna go in with my Tammy and Makeup Revolution Golden Hour palette from the Tropical Twilight set, or the Tropical Twilight collection. And this palette is in the shade Deep Dark, and I'm going to be taking the contour and the bronzer. I'm probably going to use, well, am I going to use the blush? Okay, so now that I have set my face, dusted away that powder, I'm gonna go back in with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm gonna just set down low because I typically do this anyway. Sometimes I don't show this on camera or in my Instagram videos, which you should be following. Follow me at Tay Lorraine with 2 E's. And anyhow, I typically don't really show this step, but after I dust away the powder underneath my contour, or reverse contouring, after I dust away that powder, I go back in with a more darker powder, just because I don't want to look like, you know, you don't want that, like, that ashiness there. You don't want that powder to be visible. Back into this palette for blush, and I'm gonna take the blush shade in this palette called Blushed Baby Girl, and not too much because I've done quite a few videos using products from Tammy and Makeup Revolution's Tropical Twilight collaboration, and you know, like, it's very pigmented, so you already know how I feel about this. So for the lipstick, I'm gonna leave it matte. I know that, like, you'd be like, what's the purpose? I like to put on, whenever I do my makeup, I do lipstick regardless, because I take pictures and I post it on Instagram and all that good jazz, and I do my makeup for YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm going to make sure I put on lipstick. But I think for the purpose of this, I mean, typically I wear gloss, but I'm gonna keep it matte. And I don't know, this may rub off. It probably will rub off. I'm gonna go with my Juvia's Place liner in the shade, lip liner in the shade Cola, and the matte, soft matte lipstick in the shade, I call it a soft matte. I don't think it's soft matte. I'm gonna go with the lipstick in the shade Mademoiselle. I have an idea, and I don't know if it's really going to be effective. So I have 2 of my Morphe setting sprays. I have the mattifying one and the regular continuous, you know, continuous setting spray, the one that is non-mattifying. And I never really was a huge fan of this one, because I've used this once before and I set my whole entire face and I didn't like that whole entire matte look. But since the whole purpose of this is to make sure, like, this area is matte, okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to take this and do the lower half of the face, and I'm going to take this and do, you know what I'm saying, the upper half. So I'm going to take a palette to try to, like, separate it so I don't, you know, I'm going to take, and I'm using my Crayon Case Matte Book palette. This is what I use to create the eye look. And a full, well, not full, but a main tutorial of that look will be up on my, will be on my Instagram. So make sure you're following. And so I'm going to use this palette, and I'm going to just block the top half of my face, and I'm just going to get the lower half. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. I can't get my little buns in the camera. This is the completed look. I love the way this look came out. I'm probably going to snap up some pics for Instagram and for this thumbnail. this is not the end of the video necessarily. This is just a completed look. I'm going to be running a few errands, trying to find a few items to spice up my beauty area in my room. And so I have this mask that I'm showing on camera, but I'm not really a fan of these masks. They feel very flimsy and I don't feel very protected. However, I have my N95 mask, and this is what I will be wearing. I probably will see a line of demarcation like around here. I typically do, because this mask is a little tight. In other reviews that in other videos I've seen, they've said to wear masks that are looser, but I can't risk it with this one. I feel like I have to wear one of these. So I know for a fact I will see that line of demarcation. I already know a few things that I did wrong, but I will wait until the end to kind of like hash that out once we all see the final results of how I look once I get back. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. So I'm back. So I've been wearing this mask for about not 6 hours straight. I've been wearing it for about on and off for about 6 hours, and this is how it looks. I failed this hack. I failed the makeup transfer proof hack for the mask. I don't know, I think where I went wrong was the powder. I really tried to put on powder. The reason why I say I failed is that there is quite a bit of makeup in my mask. I know it is white, it is tight, and I was wearing it for a long period of time, so that's probably one of the reasons why it was not a success. One thing I can say is though, for me having it on for a long time, I don't really see, and I know I had it on and off. I feel like I probably spent about maybe an hour and some change in about 2 stores. And so basically with me being in those stores and having and when I wear a mask, I am completely committed to wearing the mask. I do not take it off because it got hot. I don't take it off because I'm tired of wearing it. Like, I am committed. I had this on consistently in the stores, and for me to have had that on for that long, I will say I don't see any marks or anything like that. Like, my makeup still looks good as new basically. The fail for the mask, I think with my techniques that I did in this video, it is maybe we can call it dent free, mask indentation free makeup routine, because as you can see, me putting on that powder, me spraying my face, my lower half of the face that the mask will be covering with the mattifying spray, clearly worked. And you know, my makeup still looks pretty good. I feel like I can go take a picture right now and it'll look bomb. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some other uploads, be sure to subscribe. Feel free to comment. And yeah, follow me on social at Tay Lorraine. Thank you all once again for watching. I love you. Stay beautiful and stay safe.